Welcome back to Cigar Time, the world's most viewed show just dedicated solely to premium cigars. We're honored today to announce... What's so funny about that?
Because, who knows?
Very serious
But
thing.
that might not be true.
We have aced out Finland and Sweden now for 6 weeks. I think it's safe to
We're talking
assume...
strictly television, not internet and stuff like
I
that.
said television. I don't think anybody on the internet has...
Broadcast television.
Remember, you can watch us not only on TV, but you can also watch us on Facebook, YouTube. What else are we on?
Website.
Our website, which is...
website
What was
goes
our
to
website again?
cccigars.com.
I'm glad somebody remembered.
So
Anyway,
I get a raise?
we bend over.
That's pretty funny. That's the funniest thing anyone
We want to
ever
welcome
said
a new
ever.
sponsor, a very honored company that we do business with, the Alec Bradley Company. We're honored today to have their National Vice President of Marketing, Sammy. I'm calling you Sammy.
You call me Sammy, it's
I
fine.
just don't call late for dinner. I know. Sam Phillips, who's not from Memphis, by the way.
Happy to be here.
And we have Jonathan Lipson, who is the regional sales manager, who calls on us and does a splendid job of selling everything to us except the kitchen sink.
Thank you, Art.
More about this later.
That'll be next week.
That'll be next week.
John's been with us before, though.
I have been with you guys
Yes,
before,
you have.
absolutely.
You
So
have.
thank you for having me back. Yeah.
Early
Yeah.
on.
Well, we do a nice job with
I
your
know.
company, and we really appreciate the service and the good deals we get from you, and we try to look out for our customers and pass those along to them, and so forth and so on. And the lovely Miss Tia will tell us about our cigar for today.
Our cigar is the Alec Bradley Raices Cubanas. The wrapper is Honduran, the binder is Nicaraguan, and the filler is both Nicaraguan and Honduran. The sizes are Churchill, Gordo, Robusto, and Toro. And the flavor profile is creamy, peppery, and buttered tofu. Can't wait to taste that buttered tofu. This cigar is named after the
Butter
fact...
tofu?
Isn't it tough? Oh, I said tofu.
Oh, toffee.
I said
Tofu.
tofu.
I thought you
Butter
said-
tofu.
I like
Buttered
tofu. Toffee.
Toffee, toffee, tofu.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It's a new breed.
This cigar was named after the factory
Ben and Jerry's.
who makes them. It's medium body, very oily, and very inviting. It's triple capped and an impeccable smoke.
Wow. I'm
Woo!
Woo, give it a
Impeccable.
five.
Nice.
See, it
That's a
was
big
more than
word.
four
Is that,
words,
you
four
get
letters.
that-
Impeccable.
Thank you.
Word of
Is
the
that
day
like four
toilet
syllables?
paper?
Huh?
Did you get that word of the day toilet paper?
Toilet paper?
Never mind.
I don't know. You guys know I'm slow. I'm gonna light my cigar.
We never say it in front of you.
Sam, why don't you give us
I was going to say, I mean, it was pretty impressive.
It was very impressive.
Thank you.
Why don't you give us a little discourse about the history of... why don't you talk a little about the company first, and then we'll get into
Sure,
this.
whatever direction you'd like me to go in, Art. Alec Bradley, named after Alan Rubin, the founder, the president of our corporation's two sons, Alec and Bradley. Alec is now 21 years old and finishing up his senior year in college. Bradley is 18 and a freshman, and I'm sure partying his ass off at UCF. Way to go, Brad.
Are we allowed to say
Please.
ass?
I gotta
Can we say ass on television?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can you?
Yeah.
Partying his
think so.
beard. Are we ready,
just did.
ready for the B-roll?
No, sorry. You're right.
All right,
You're
or
good.
whatever. I was
Don't
going to cut him and say but.
Don't worry.
Nah, say ass is better.
So a little bit about the company history. We were founded in 1996, right during the boom, kind of the tail end of the boom. And later, Alan met his partner, Ralph Montero, who founded with his uncle Pedro Martin Tropical Tobacco, who we're all very familiar with, I'm sure.
Absolutely,
And we hit the market with Occidental Reserve, working with Henke Kellner. Later, that moved into a little cigar that I'm sure we all know at the table, named Tempest. Was the first 94 rated cigar that we had ever received. And then we followed up Tempest with Prensado, which was 2011 Cigar of the Year, so the #1 cigar in the world. And we've had some other great hits like American Classic, American Sun-Grown. We've got Family Blend, which also was a 94 rated product. And now we've got some of the newer cigars like Black Market that people have seen in the marketplace. And today we're smoking Raices Cubanas. Raices Cubanas meaning Cuban roots. Our partners out of the Raices Cubanas factory, the Endamando family, Hugo, his father Romay, and his mother Lipa. Incredible rollers and managers of tobacco, and wonderful partners for us. And this was their come to fame cigar. So they roll other cigars, Viaje, who I'm sure you've heard of, another great brand, and of course Illusion, another great brand. They make those cigars. They've got more top 25 rated cigars than any other factory in the world, 5 years running.
That's impressive.
I mean, it's
yeah,
impressive,
yeah.
and it's a true statistic, so I'll say it again. More top 25 rated cigars than any other factory in the world 5 years running. And, you know, for me, Raices Cubanas is a fantastic cigar. I know that Jonathan Lipson, the playa, is a big fan of the cigar as well.
My favorite.
And
The playa.
that's a little bit about Alec Bradley. And
why they call Jonathan the playa.
It's a very good question. You should ask Sammy.
well, you know, there's a couple of different connotations for the word playa.
Let's go with the.
Let's go with the one we can discuss on television.
Right. So John he likes to play cards and he likes to play pool, and he's a good pool player. Not much of a shark, but he's a good pool player. Hence,
Good enough.
the player. So if you saw his ad in Cigar Aficionado, he's there with a pool cue,
yeah.
and he's a good player.
He's famous.
Wow.
He's big time. He's big time.
Can I get your autograph?
Wow.
Absolutely.
also a ninja,
No
I
question. And then, yes.
Yes,
This
trained.
changes the whole
Samurai.
the whole way I thought
I was
about
gonna
you.
go there first.
I just thought you were another pretty face.
Oh, thank you, Art.
Pretty boy, that's nice. Nice compliment.
Well,
I-
Jonathan, why don't you talk a little about the cigar we're smoking today?
Well, I think Sammy hit a lot of the points. Like Sammy actually said, this is truly my favorite cigar currently in the Alec Bradley lineup. It's medium-bodied, even though I hate this word, Cubanesque. I don't know what that means, but a lot of people use it. Very rich, very creamy, nice cocoa/cinnamon note to it. And I think Sammy took care of the rest of it. You know, how it
Toffee?
came to
Did
be.
we talk about
yeah,
the toffee?
definitely it's got toffee.
Did you get the toffee?
I don't get Tofi.
I didn't get any toffee either.
Not yet.
I
Maybe
can tell you-
tofu.
If you want to know what Cubanesque means, I can tell you what that means.
Good. Let's go into
Is
that.
like Rubenesque?
Back in the day, when Cuba actually made very good cigars, which sadly for, give or take a few years in the last 20 years, and most of you have been watching this program know I've spent a lot of time in Cuba. I've been there 30-odd times, all legal, I might add.
Why do you always caveat that?
Well, in
with that?
case I don't know who's watching this
The
show.
NSA
They
is
might-
watching.
You want to qualify.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would go on a religious mission, a humanitarian mission, and we would bring all kinds of supplies down and have shipped in. We sponsor a particular religious cult in Cuba. Maybe cult's not the right word.
Organization.
Cool. Good for you.
With powdered
Kill
milk from
goats
New
in the
Zealand,
back
etc., stuff like that.
Vegemite?
Gary Pesh.
What is that?
Vegemite from New
No, no.
Zealand? No Vegemite?
Vegemite.
That stuff's nasty, man.
But what Cubanesque means, at least the way I look at it, having smoked some truly, truly great cigars in Cuba in my time, I can only describe the old Hoyo de Monterrey Double Corona, which was my favorite cigar. A really good one would taste like a milkshake, like a black and white milkshake. It wasn't a real heavy cigar, but it had just a creamy, very rich taste. And then the punches and the bolivars, which had a little stronger, a little more pungent, which, catered to a lot of the guys who like the heavy cigars. But the truly tasty cigars, which unfortunately you can't get much of anymore down there, and that's sad, that's what they mean by Cubanesque. I think most people are talking about that old Hoyo de Monterrey taste, which just doesn't exist anymore.
So something that reminds you of the Cubans of the old times.
Yes, and I have to tell you, when I first smoked the cigars, some time ago when you first came out with it, the first thing that went through my mind was that old Hoyo taste, because it resembles it quite closely. It's a very, in my opinion, we'll come around and talk about it, but it's a very impressive cigar. Rob, what do these sell for?
This is the Robusto. It's $8.95.
Okay,
It's a
so
good price.
it's on the higher end of the medium price cigars, but it's certainly not a super premium, and if you can afford to smoke 3 or 4 of them a day, that's great. I mean, if not, smoke 1 or 2, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely an approachable
No,
product.
it's an approachable cigar, absolutely.
I think, Art, that the thing that is the most impressive about this cigar, and especially for the viewers out there, if you take into consideration the ratings that this particular family has attained in such a short time,
Amazing.
it really is amazing. I mean, Raices Cubanas, again, meaning Cuban roots. From Illusion to Viaje, some of the other major brands that they've produced for, and of course Alec Bradley, and our partnership, and even though we work directly with them, this is the family that produced the Alec Bradley Prensado, which was the highest
Great
rated
cigar.
cigar in the world,
Love
and the
that
only non-Cuban family to ever receive that rating.
That's incredible.
It is.
And the amazing thing to me, most of their operations are in Honduras, right?
That is correct,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you always think of Nicaragua. and-
Yeah.
That's why I
Right,
love it.
exactly.
Yeah, there's a big Nicaraguan push right now.
Well, yeah, there is. I mean,
Honduran is
and-
my favorite tobacco.
And I think a lot,
Hands
especially us old timers, remember how in the early 70s, Nicaragua was about to overtake Cuba as the leader of high quality cigars. And then, of course, the first Sandinista revolution
Right.
took care of that, wiped that out. I'm just reminiscing, so don't pay any attention to me. I know most of you don't have.
This, since you've had your birthday, that's all you've been doing. Is
Yeah,
reminiscing.
well, I'm at the age now where the only time I use a suit is to go to a funeral.
Oof.
That's not good.
I better take my
on,
sport
Art.
coat off, man. Holy cow.
Take a break, have a beer.
Wow.
29 and holding, right, Art?
29 and holding, that's correct. I don't know what I'm holding anymore, but I can't feel it. Okay.
Okay.
Scott, we'll start with you.
What about me?
Well, there's a lot about you I admire.
You would like me to rate this?
I
cigar?
can't write it all down right now, but No, I
very-
don't want you to rate it. I just want you to talk about it.
Already?
I love the wrapper on this is really beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
It's got a very different color. It's almost like a
Like a
it's
rosado. I think it's
almost rosado.
red.
But I was thinking more like
Sumacha?
cinnamony,
Cinnamon.
Well, that would be red.
cinnamony color.
Would
Yeah,
that be red?
very smooth.
Reddish.
I am getting the creaminess from it. A little tiny bit of spice, and I am getting, especially pre-light, the cinnamon from it. This is probably my second favorite Alec Bradley cigar.
Oh, okay.
The favorite being the Fine and Rare.
Which
The
one?
Fine and
Really?
Fine and
Rare.
Rare. Oh, I love
Really?
that.
That's a great
That's a
cigar
good
to be
cigar,
your
man.
favorite.
Wow.
Very hard to find for it to be your favorite cigar, but
It's because it's fine and red.
Fine and Rare.
exactly, fine, rare.
It says it in the name.
It says it in the name.
You know
Absolutely.
what? Actually, you know what I just got on that from this? Toffee.
Nice.
Yeah.
I hope that's a good thing
It's a
because
distinct
Yeah.
trophy. Oh, of course, yes.
Rob?
I don't get the toffee, whatever that is. I
Really
do
good.
get, it is very creamy, very peppery. I'm getting a little bit of that.
Yeah,
It's
feel it
very,
on the
very,
tip of your tongue.
it's very smooth. What does 1941 stand for?
acquiesce to Jonathan Lipson. Let's put him on the spot.
That is a very good question.
They had some great baseball cards that year.
1941 represents, no, make sure I'm not wrong on this. It represents when the family went to Honduras, or is it the?
Almost. It's the birth date
Thank you.
of Hugo Endomondo's father, Romai.
Romai,
So that's
yes.
what it's saying.
That's
Everything started with Romai,
Okay.
and this signifies his birth date.
Ah.
And his son took over the business several years ago. They still work together as a family, but that's what it signifies.
All right, cool.
I mean, we're here to have a good time, right?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
So, it's very smooth. I like the cigar a lot. I agree with Scott. It is my second favorite Alec Bradley cigar. The first being the Prensado. I think that is one of the closest to perfect cigars there is.
You know,
So,
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go back to. I want to go back to
okay.
this. I suddenly just got my entire mouth was filled with like a red peppery flavor. Like it's covering the whole mouth.
Just took what I
And
was
not.
going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering. It's very
No,
pleasant.
Not at all. No.
It's toffee.
That's what it.
so that's what toffee is.
That's what toffee means.
Well, we can't ask obviously
Well,
the two of you
continue.
to.
Sure, you can.
Wait,
always
I'm coming around. Can't ask you to rate it. That wouldn't be fair. But what you're smoking it now today. What's your thoughts on the cigar?
John?
I've already said this is hands down currently my favorite Alec Bradley cigar.
And you have said that before.
I've
so I
definitely
can
said that
verify
before, so I'm going to continue with that.
I'm a big fan of the Raices Cubanas. For me, this cigar is a solid, medium-bodied cigar.
Yeah.
It's very creamy. It's very
Right.
smooth. It's almost
Yes.
buttery on the palate. For me, and I don't want to sound magazine-esque. I get a light earthiness
Right.
for my palate, and almost like an almond or a nuttiness
Oh, yeah.
for me. When I blow it through the nose, when I retrohale,
Right.
that's when I'll get some of that light pepper spice
Right.
that we had talked
Yeah.
about.
I got that too. Miss Thea?
Wow, my turn. When I first, I had to say that. When I first light it up, I'm hit with cream, right away, plus a bunch of smoke. I love the construction, and I get the pepper all over my mouth, on the front of my palate, and definitely it lingers on the back, which is kind of nice. Because of the pepper, I'd say it's a slightly high medium. I'm not going to go just with the medium. I go a little higher. Maybe for someone like me who likes them more on the mild to medium side, so it would be slightly higher for that. And I think it's a beautiful draw, real easy. Like, it's just real smooth and easy to draw on it. So, and my favorite is the Tempest, by the way.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
This is really complex. It keeps changing on you.
The more you smoke it.
Yeah, the more you smoke it,
absolutely.
the
Sure.
more it changes.
Side
It
of a
takes
good
me
cigar.
forever to smoke mine.
Well,
I always get to the middle first.
I can't really add a whole lot to what's been said here, but this is very reminiscent of that Cubanesque taste that was talked about earlier. And it's definitely a high-quality cigar. It has a nice sweet finish to it. It has a little pepper when you retro inhale. And it's just a well-made smoke, burns evenly, good ash. I mean, you know, if they were $5 a piece, I'd smoke 10 a day. No.
You don't smoke 10 a day.
No.
What Art's
I
not
do.
telling you is that even though they're $8, he only pays half that amount.
Oh, you're giving away.
Somewhere along those lines. So,
I have a question. Why does it on the band say Raices Cuba? What does that mean?
On the back.
they're from Cuba.
The
From
family.
Cuba
The families
That's-
from
to
Cuba,
Honduras.
yes.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. Have we smoked
Oh.
enough of it to rate it?
That's actually pretty cool.
It's actually the same town that Pepin's from as well.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Which town in Cuba is he from?
That's dead
Pep
silence right
Rice.
there.
It's by
Oh,
Baez.
okay.
It's
Little
Baez
fox
is the
you.
town, yeah.
Baez?
Yeah.
Baez? Oh, I said it
See,
wrong.
every
Baez.
cigar that
Oh,
we
Baez.
every cigar that we smoke
I
from
know
Alec
Baez.
Bradley should draw exactly the way that you described the draw. And the reason that it should draw that way is because we have our very specific quality control standards, and we use a machine down there called a draw master.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So before the wrapper goes on, it pulls the airflow through the cigar to ensure that we have that nice, easy draw. It's not too loose and it's not too tight.
No, it's
Do you
perfect.
do every cigar?
We do every cigar.
It's
Some
actually
companies don't.
perfect.
I've seen it.
We do
Yeah.
every cigar.
I
And you
love
know
the
what?
draw.
And at the end of the day,
That's the way it
as
goes.
as good as we think we are, there's always room
Oh.
for improvement, and it's a handmade product.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
right.
say
Absolutely,
I
yes.
say the draw's perfect.
Trust me.
So, you got
when,
one-
when
you got that perfect.
sales reps come in here to try to sell us a new line or a product extension of an existing line, and they might throw 8 or 9 cigars out on the table, no matter which cigar I grab, it's like a heat-seeking missile. I get the plugged one. Right or wrong?
Every
But then you
time,
still,
huh?
you still buy them
Absolute fact.
anyhow.
Absolute fact.
Absolute fact. It's amazing. But never, I can't recall ever getting a plugged Alec Bradley.
Me neither.
Ever.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
So that draw master works.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Like I
right.
said,
Well, at least the Alec Bradley one works. 'cause
Yeah.
Always trying to
everybody
get better.
uses the Draw Master.
Well, in one way or another. They don't actually use them in Cuba.
Well, how often do we sit around with sales reps smoking Cuban cigars?
Oh, we should be
Well,
trying
we
to do that
have.
more
I
often.
mean, we have.
hopefully.
No,
We have.
No, the quality sadly is not there. There's a half a dozen brands I could name right now that are better than any Cuban cigar that sadly is coming out of Cuba right now.
Oh, I agree.
It's so sad. I mean, it's at the point now where I've overheard people talking about cigars that I could see were obvious fakes, and they were
Yeah.
probably decent Dominican cigars that
Absolutely.
were nice, light,
Absolutely.
and they're saying, "Well, this is a great cigar." They're not even smoking a Cuban.
Yeah.
I heard a statistic years ago, and I don't know if it's real or if it's not real, but I was told that the #1 counterfeit market in the world is counterfeit Cubans.
I wouldn't doubt that at
Yeah.
all.
More than
The-
anything.
Knock off
the
cheese
amazing
and
thing to
stuff
me
like
is
that.
Wow.
Absolutely.
the amazing thing, you know, in the old days during the boom, guys would come into the store, you know, typically with a Cuba Esplendido. That's the most counterfeited cigar in the world. They would come in with an Esplendido, and they'd want me to authenticate it, and I'd look at it, and I didn't even have to open the box. I said, "Well, how much did you pay for it?"
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
$250. That was the standard price, $250. And I would say, hold on, wait here. And I'd go back in my office. I'd get an official receipt, which you have to have when you leave from Jose Marte Airport in Havana. And in those days, the Cuban price was around $363 and
Absolutely.
change. So I would say to him, well, these are obviously phonies. You can't buy a Cuban cigar cheaper anywhere else in the world except for Cuba. So, you know, somebody paid $363, smuggled it out, crossed the Straits of Florida, sold it to one guy, who sold it to another guy, who sold it to another guy, and you finally got it, and they lost $113 on the transaction. I don't think so. I said, let me split one open. I guarantee I find 2 or 3 twigs in there. And sure enough. And I said, if you light it, you're going to get a white ash. I guarantee you, not the dirty gray ash that a Cuban cigar is famous for, because of the content, the mineral content in the soil and all that. So I mean, it's so sad that people, I can't use this word, threw away a lot of money buying obviously phony cigars, and it just was so. Luckily nowadays it's not quite as rampant, but it's so sad when you can get a really good cigar for $8 or $9.
Yeah.
Art, I agree. I think that Art's hitting the nail on the head, guys. And,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
again, there's a lot of great manufacturers that are out there, out of the Dominican, out of Nicaragua, out of Honduras, that are making quality products. And I've got to give it to Art, because if you get a Cuban cigar, even if it's an authentic Cuban cigar, you never know if it's run, if it's going to run on you, if it's booked, if it's going to turn sour halfway through, because they can't produce enough. And with the amount of tobacco that's being produced now out of Nicaragua, Honduras, and the DR, any of those major boutique brands that are out there, you're guaranteed to get a great cigar.
Yeah, no question.
We're happy to we'd like to think that we're among some of those great boutique brands that are out there.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
It's doing well in our stores, that's for sure.
Well, I think
All of the
I think since we're starting to run out of time, believe it or not, I think it's time that we rate the cigar and then tell the folks at home, since this is Alec Bradley month, what we're going to do for them for this entire month.
What you want to do first?
Let's rate it first.
Rate it. I'll give it a 4.65.
Really?
I like this cigar a lot.
Huh. I give it a 4.85.
Ooh.
You guys
How
can't rate
dare
it.
you?
It's a good cigar. How dare I?
Oh no.
And you guys are really great. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, and I mean the energy is fan. You guys are great,
Cool.
Oh,
fantastic.
definitely. I shoot a few of them later.
We've
but,
been
you
doing
know.
it. We've been doing it a long time.
Uh-oh.
Don't fire me now.
Oh no.
No, it's not bad. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
a little lower. 4.35.
Wow.
It's because it's too much.
That's a great rating.
It's
It's over
It's
four.
very
Yeah.
honest.
Especially
I thought you-
Huh?
I thought
What did you say?
I thought you'd give it a
Especially
few. I thought you'd give it a few tenths just for the band.
I thought she was going to go like 3 something.
Oh, no, really?
See,
No,
I think
couldn't do that.
I think the problem was that the toffee threw it off.
Yeah,
that's
what it is.
that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Tofu.
She's not getting any tofu out
Got
of
the
it.
tofu infused.
Well, to counterbalance my illustrious compatriot down there, I'm giving it a 4.8. I mean, it's a great cigar, no
It is.
question about it.
It is a good cigar.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little richer than I normally smoke, but perfect, perfect. I appreciate it. I enjoy it. I love this cigar. It's a great cigar.
Yeah, I'll
I'd
give
give it a 5 if I weren't afraid to be slammed by everybody
Yeah,
else.
yeah, right.
No, temp
And
is
you would
definitely
be.
a 5.
I know. So this averages out around 4.75, which is a great
It's
rating.
still,
Yeah.
this is still changing on me. I get a nice.
It is changing a
yeah,
lot.
A nice,
It is.
It's a great cigar.
toasty taste to it now.
This is, I'm glad you brought that
It's
word
very
up.
complex. It
Very,
really is.
yeah, but it's very Cubanesque. Okay, since it's Alec Bradley month, Scott, what are we doing for the folks this month?
Well, this is probably, as you know, we've been working with specific companies for month-long promotions, and this by far is my favorite. And I think you guys are going to like it too. For the whole month, if you buy buy a box of or any 20 Alec Bradley cigars, you can buy another pack of 10 for $10.
Yep.
So buy 20, get 10 for $1 each more.
And this won't be some, mixed bag
these
of
are nice.
unbanded.
Yeah.
This is first line,
Well,
recognizable, a
name
blend of
brands.
whatever.
Rating.
Yeah, name brands.
Well, name me an Alec Bradley that's not good. So
No,
they're all good cigars.
no, of course they are.
At the same time-
Trilogy.
The who? The
Trilogy.
Trilogy.
He's going way back.
The
I don't think
trilogy.
they make that anymore.
No,
The
they don't do that
the
anymore?
old,
No.
the old.
John's got some in his
pyramid,
humidor, I think,
the
don't you?
old
I have
pyramid
one. All of one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep it for posterity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not
Also-
even Alan keeps it for posterity.
Does
I'm
he
not.
really?
We got more stuff going on, man.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, we got
In
more
addition
stuff.
to that, if you buy any 10 Alec Bradley, you can get a 5-pack for $10. So
Buy more, save
That's
more.
still good.
buy more,
Yeah,
save
buy
more.
more,
Yeah.
save more. There you go.
And if you
and
buy
we're gonna
3
have
boxes, you'll get 3 10-packs.
for $30.
$30.
That's amazing.
Exactly. Yeah, they're gret deals, and they're all great cigars. And we have events. We're not going to have any events coming up this week, but next week, not this Friday, but the following Friday, we have Freehold from 11 to 2, and then Phoenixville from 5 to 8. Same specials, more goodies when you buy. In addition to the 10 packs, Plus, you're going to be able to enter to win a humidor. If you participate in the promotion, enter to win a humidor filled with Alec Bradley cigars.
Filled with cigars?
Filled with cigars.
Filled
Nice.
with cigars.
Wow.
Yes. And
Boy, Alan's really pulling out all the stops, isn't he?
we're not talking desktop humidor either. I mean, this
Oh, we're
is
talking like real.
this is like a big it's not a 150 count humidor. It's going to be a mini cabinet.
Wow.
Wow.
Very nice.
Very aggressive.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you guys do good work.
Go big or go home.
That's right.
Exactly.
Go big or go
I
home.
love that.
I like
Exactly
it.
right. That's awesome.
So that's a pretty good deal, Scott.
I told you, so it's my
What about
favorite
do
one.
we sell
That's
these
my favorite of
ashtrays?
all we've done.
What budget is all this
Beautiful
coming out of?
ashtrays.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've got some.
Props.
We've got some
Yeah.
fun things. The
Yeah, we
ashtrays are
sell the
fun.
ashtrays.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Those are huge.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are
Yes.
beautiful ashtrays.
They're nice.
Beautiful.
They look like genuine something or another. Not quite sure what.
Genuine ceramic.
Ceramic.
Wow.
Genuine
Wow.
with genuine chrome on top.
So it's not Formica.
No, it's
So
not.
you haven't raped the wetlands to kill all the Formica trees. to
No.
make it. Good.
Formica
Good.
trees.
Nice.
Good. Hey, it's just
How about
about
hats? Do you
genuine
have hats,
Formica.
too?
Absolutely.
We do have some
Oh,
hats.
check out
No,
the
he's taking
hat.
pictures.
yeah.
I never wear
Hats.
hats. I don't know why.
I'm not
I
too,
did take a picture.
I'm not too cool in hats. How
Take a
come you
picture.
guys
You
are
got it
wearing
on film.
hats?
Because my head's too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Film.
say.
Silver screen.
I never.
It wasn't in the budget apparently for me to get a hat, so I'm good with it.
Well, folks, you've hope we've entertained you and educated you a little
Entertained
bit.
ourselves.
And
At
we are
least
very
ourselves,
grateful.
yeah.
Pretty sure we're having a great time.
Yeah, we are having a great time. We're very thrilled and happy and pleased to have Alec Bradley as a sponsor. We hope you enjoy their cigars. Certainly you can find them in our 9 stores. But of course you can find Alec Bradley almost anywhere. So wherever you're viewing this and the sound of our voices, we hope you'll patronize your local merchant, your local tobacconist. And, you know, remember, if you don't patronize him, when it gets cold outside, he may not be there with his lounge to allow you to smoke in the wintertime. So,
True that.
True
Yeah.
that.
Do that.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Live true that.
Really?
Live true that.
Live true that.
Live true that.
So
You guys
they
are
like
hip.
it.
Oh my God.
It says it on the back of the hat.
What's it say?
Live true.
Oh, live true, yeah.
That's what I meant to
That's
say.
our motto.
That's what I meant to say. Live true.
True that.
True that.
And if any of you would like to appear on the panel and discuss your favorite cigars, just send us a email or letter or smoke signal or whatever. Please try to keep it at 150,000 words or less. Why you'd like to be on the panel.
Yeah, because Scott has to read them all.
we're going to pick a few people in the upcoming shows. We like,
That'd be
we
nice.
like to have customers on the show and get it directly. We smoke all day long. This is what we do for a living. So we'd like to get it,
Isn't
you
that
know,
a
from
fun
other
living?
viewpoints.
That's a fun living.
Yeah, it's a fun. No, we do. We eat,
Better than
we
a
drink,
sharp
and we
stick in the
smoke.
eye.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Oh, I could use
What's
a
bad
good
about
sharp
that?
stick, yeah.
Not a thing.
Yeah, same. I got to drive 20 minutes back and forth to work. If I could figure out a way to eliminate that, it'd be perfect. Well,
Live here.
the time goes by way too fast.
do.
So again, we thank Alec Bradley for being here with us. They're going
pleasure.
to be in a few future shows. So I guess it's time to say goodbye.
Life's too short to smoke
Goodbye.
cheap cigars. Bye, Mom.
Ciao for now, everybody.
It was great to be here. Absolutely. It was a pleasure to be with all of you.
Thank you,
Well, thank you,
everybody.
sir.
Thanks for having us.
Smoke sweet. Bye bye for now.
On behalf of all of us on the panel and on behalf of all of you at home that patronize our stores and buy the fine cigars that we sell, hopefully this month you'll load up on Alec Bradley.
How do you not at those prices?
We better load
Yeah,
up.
well, I hope so.
Get it while it's
It's
good.
a pleasure to bring this show to you, and please keep those emails, cards, and letters and comments coming in. You have a great week, and we're going to see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.